Hey guys! Over the past few months, I've been learning a lot about frustration. Everyone thinks it's all just a part of life that we're all victims to, but I don't think it should be that way. In Christ, we've been set free to act the way He does. Galatians 5:22 through 23 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law." Patience and frustration are antonyms, which basically means they mean opposite things. So, if patience is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and patience and frustration are antonyms, how can frustration be a godly characteristic? Here's a hint: it can't. Think about it for a second. Why do you get frustrated? Usually it's because things aren't working the way that you think they should, right? Well, God, who knows exactly how everything should work, doesn't get frustrated when we do things outside of His way. If you're called to be holy as He is holy, 1 Peter 1:16, that basically means you should live as He does. When things aren't going your way, whether that means someone isn't doing something correctly, or your sibling ate the last of your favorite cereal, or even the microwave is seemingly taking forever, how will you respond? Are you going to respond as He would, or as the flesh would? Let Him transform the way you respond to situations. If things aren't working out the way that you think they should, remember that they're working out the way that He thinks they should. Remember that you don't know it all. He sees the bigger picture, and He's handling everything exactly the way He sees fit. Do you trust that the way He sees fit is the best way possible? If so, good. Then you have nothing to worry about. When people are starting to frustrate you, stay calm and extend the same grace to them as God does to you. Think about this. What if your entire goal in life was to teach a little kid how to live? What if the kid were to watch the way you respond in every circumstance? Would they be taught to live like Christ or like the flesh by the way you live? Always be an example. You never know who's watching. When I'm writing, filming, and editing these videos, I have countless opportunities to get frustrated. Oftentimes, I can't find the words to write. Other times, there are noises outside that my camera picks up, making me have to refilm parts. Still other times, when I'm editing the video, I realize I messed up on a certain part and have to go back and refilm it. Sure, I could get frustrated. I often do. Most would say I have the right to, but God doesn't say I do. God is patient, so I'm supposed to be patient. God is gentle, so I'm supposed to be gentle. Man, let me tell you, nothing convinces you to stay calm and relaxed like filming yourself getting frustrated. It's the most ungraceful, unfeminine thing. When I'm editing out parts that I messed up on and I see the frustration wash over my face, I'm appalled. I think, do I seriously look like that? Or do I seriously sound like that? It's incredibly repulsive. To most, it's no big deal. But to me, it points a spotlight on every area of my life that isn't quite Christ-like. My desire is to live like Him in every circumstance. Whatever He would do in response to the situation is what I desire to do. I'm supposed to do everything as if I'm doing it for Christ. Colossians chapter 3, verses 17, 23, and 24 talk about this, as well as 1 Corinthians 10:31. I'm supposed to have a good attitude about everything. You didn't hear Jesus complaining as He was washing the feet of the disciples, did you? You didn't hear Jesus complaining when He was suffering the greatest pain anyone on this earth has ever known, did you? Then why on earth do we think that we have the right to complain and be frustrated? Put it back into perspective. When you start to get frustrated, ask yourself, how can I glorify God through this? Then ask Him to give you the grace and strength you need to accomplish it. He'll help you calm your temper, but you have to be willing to allow Him to do so in whatever way He says will be best. Are you willing to give up control of the little details? Remind yourself that unless God Himself told you the best way to do something, there may be a better way to do it. How about when someone insults you? Try reminding yourself that chances are they're having an awful day and they're in desperate need of the love of Christ. Always make sure that you're doing your best to respond the way Jesus would. If you don't know how He'd respond to something, maybe you should spend a little more time in His Word. If you get to know who He is, you'll know how He'd respond. So my challenge this week is for you to ask God to show you who you've responded to out of frustration and to apologize and make it right. Then, commit to spending more time with Him so you can learn how He'd respond in that situation. See you next week. Love you guys.